The last inspection was 25 February. This is an inspection on 12 March to prep for splitting or combining into one single 10-frame box. Something surprising, so watch the video and you'll see. There was, we thought it was a laying worker, all there was drone brood, and I got in it. On 10 March, in an effort to make the hive hopelessly queenless, I did an inspection and found unmarked queen, an infertile queen, I'm assuming. She was left over from last year. I think she probably had a late season replacement, and there probably wasn't enough drones to get her full fertile. She probably laid some eggs. She obviously laid brood in the winter and through the beginning of the spring because there's too many bees in here. There's no way these are last year's bees. So what we're gonna do with this is I took that queen out. I got her on video taking her out. But anytime I find an unmarked queen, I mark her. With these 9mm Harbor Freight gloves, I'm able to gently press the queen down into the comb, holding her stationary as I mark her. You notice how much easier it is to keep track of the queen when she's marked walking around on the frame. Combining these two hives actually got easier when we found an infertile queen. If it's a laying worker, you don't know which worker is the issue. So then you need to dump the bees or do a slow combine and hope they won't kill your fertile queen. 23 September last year, I moved this hive from a mating nuke into this box and the queen was marked. They must have superseded her later in the year and there wasn't enough drones to properly fertilize the queen, which resulted in a queen that was able to sustain the hive over the winter. There's definitely bees in here from winter bees, but not enough into the spring. By removing the queen, I'm making the hive hopelessly queenless, so they will be more likely to accept the combination and less likely to kill the queen on the other side of the hive. We will see. This is the first year running these split 10-frame nukes, and I think it's successful enough that we will do it again next year. We're going to combine these hives in the next couple of days. I'll show you how we're going to do it. So the first thing we're just going to do, we're checking in here to see what we have, how the queen's doing. No queen there. So I've had terrible luck combining queenless or a laying worker hive. More times than not, they kill my queen. And in the spring like this, I do not want to kill the queen. So I'm a little concerned about losing my queen. But because we found an infertile queen and it was not a laying worker situation, that means her pheromones were pretty low. So I feel comfortable by removing the queen. Here's our queen right here. There she is. By removing that queen, and they've been queenless, hopelessly queenless for 2 days now, I think that they will accept. Nice brood though. There's brood on every frame. They're going to need some space here. And here's honey. So there's no brood there, there's bread. I'm going to turn this one around, give them some space. All right, so that looks good. Okay, so what are we going to do? What we're going to do is we're going to combine these hives. We're going to take our middle divider out. We're going to open both sides. I'm going to restrict them down just a little bit. And the bees on the one side will be in the other side. And they will be shared bees, one hive. Or I'll have a dead queen. Hopefully not a dead queen. Is a while ago, like 7-8 days ago, we
went in this hive, and there was no queen. There was a queen on this side, but she was infertile. So I wanted to do a combination of this hive and this hive. These are two 5-frame nucs. So what we did is we took the plugs out, and we let the bees in the hive combine naturally and just walk across naturally and get in the same hive. So I'm thinking what we're going to see today when we get in here is we're going to see not very many bees on this side, and most of the bees are going to be over here. That's what I think is going to happen. So we are going to see if we can find the queen to make sure. Let me go this way for the camera. What we got there, any? So what we doing here? The first thing we do, Flynn, when we lift it up, you remember what we're doing?
We're looking for the longest abdomen.
Yep, looking for the longest abdomen, looking for the queen. So, and she is marked. So I don't see her, do you?
No.
Okay. Okay, so there's that. So why don't we look over here first? It doesn't, there's some brood, some bees over here. Not very many. So we'll just take a quick look. So what, you remember what all this is right here?
Honey.
Well, what is it before it turns to honey?
Nectar?
Nectar, exactly right. That was a hive beetle. I just killed that little hive beetle. So we need to put a hive beetle trap in here, and we have the material to do that. So that looks good. So we're going to see some drone brood in here. We know that because, so we're looking, there's a bunch of pollen there. See all the yellow?
Starting to get pollen from somewhere.
Yeah.
Elms.
Well, I mean, they were getting from the maples in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, this is drone brood right here.
Also right here.
Yeah, the queen could actually be over here. She could have walked up and got on the other side. She very well could have.
Oh, I see little larvae.
Yep, you're exactly right. Little bitty larva. It hasn't been capped yet. That means it's probably, what is it? I don't know, 7, 8 days, something like that. I'm not exactly sure on that. There's more pollen. And looky here.
Hive beetle. So what materials do you use to kill the hive beetle?
We're switching to olive oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil traps.
I'll show you. I'll show you. We need it too, obviously. There's 2 hive beetles, so we need to do something. Okay, so I'm looking for the queen here to make sure she's not on here. Okay, so let's do a quick look here and just see if we see that queen, which I suspect. Oh, easy. I mean, basically, there's not a lot of bees here, Flynn, so I understand what you're doing. But I would rather blow on them to get them to move before I use my hands. And you can use your hands, but I wouldn't start with your hands, okay? Start with a little bit of air, maybe a little smoke, but the bees are really calm right now.
A lot of brood.
There's a lot of brood there. Looks good. I don't see a queen, though. There's some drones. See, the drones came across.
Yeah.
So they definitely have combined. No queen there. I would sure like to see her, just to feel better. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. There is the green dot queen.
Notice the drones in the middle of the frame with their black abdomens. That tells me I have a really good combination of the 2 hives, and this hive should go on to be successful.
Okay, so we're good. We are good. So we saw what we needed to see. Stick it in, put the frames together. So we're going to slide it over here next to the other brood. That's pollen. We're going to move the pollen over to where the bees are going to be laying, theoretically. Here's another nice frame. It's cleaned up for her to lay on. So this is our configuration that will end up in a couple of weeks. After we move the hive to another location temporarily, we will move this to the horizontal hive. So we're going to give these guys a little bit of pollen patty, just because they're a little behind everybody else. So we're going to see if we can't speed up the process a little bit. That's all old honey. That's old honey and new pollen. All you can tell by how yellow it is, and there's a little bit of nectar.
If you angle it towards me, I think that will really.
Once again, old honey. Some bee bread. I'm gonna flip this frame around this time. That's a little cleaner on that side, give her a place to lay. Okay, 1 second here, take a look. Okay, green dot queen, she's right here. She's moving around, she looks good. There's brood all through here.
Marked queen is always easier to locate.
And it is wet, very wet. Eggs all through here in the middle. Looks really good. Same on the other side. So there's one frame. Let's see what else we got here. Pollen, nectar. Okay, there was pretty much no brood in this last time, and now there's some brood. So, you know, it is looking like.
Is there some on the outside of that frame you put on the far outside, and does it matter?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
I thought that
Oh, there is a little bit of brood. Good eye. Yep, you're absolutely right. There's a little bit of brood right there. So we're gonna put that back. That was a good catch. So at some point, this hive is gonna have to have room to expand. And you can either drop another 5-frame nuke on top, which I don't wanna do, or you can split these boxes up. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. So when we leave today, I'm going to open the back entrance on this side where they come up through the inner cover and go out the back. And tonight I will close the front off, and they will be trained in a couple of days. They'll be using this back entrance. And then a couple of days later, I'll set a new box down right in the middle, and I'll open the back vent up on top, and I'll close this one off after I move all the frames over to the new hive, and then the bees will go into this hive over here. And then after a couple of days, I can pull the divider out and expand this hive and give them full 10 frames, and do the same thing on this side. So that's the plan. Okay. Ooh, that's all full of honey. There's no way I'm gonna get that out. So that's all fresh nectar, and they're mixing it in with the pollen. So that's actually good to see. That's all old honey right there. You believe this is just a 5-frame nuke going through the winter, and they didn't even eat this frame. They didn't even touch this last frame. That is amazing. Insulated hive. Let me look on the other side. There's a green dot queen. There she is. She looks good. There's brood on this frame. I see there's young larvae all the way down to this area here. Same on the other side. Looks great. So there's one sheet of brood. There's not one frame with some brood. There's a little bit of brood up top here. And this is an open area. They can lay on this if they need to. Okay. And the other frame is honey. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna rotate this around, get all these loose bees off.
Ow. Got me.
Smoke it. We're gonna face it backwards. Just like that. I'm gonna pull this plug out, just like that, to allow the bees to come out. And then tonight, I'll come out here and I'll open this upper vent right here, close the front, and these bees will start exiting out the top. Oh, we are going to come in this hive and remind everybody, 10 days ago or so, we shut off the front and forced all the bees to come out of the back on top. And now we're gonna move these 5 frames to this hive, and we're gonna open the back hole And that'll force the bees to use this back hole for a couple of days, and then we'll plug the back hole and open the front, and then they'll start migrating out the front of the hive. So that's the theory. Bees are up here. They've been going in and out of the hole. No problem. So we already set this hive up, and we have 1 honey frame, 1 drone frame, and 4 nice clean brood frames. The first thing we're gonna do, queen could be up here. I don't know where she's gonna be. She could be up top here. When we move these bees, we really wanna see the queen to make sure that we get her. And when we move her, we know we're gonna be in great shape. Okay, this is a honey frame. It is, it is, it is. So that looks good. So looking for the queen, everybody look for the queen. There's nectar all over this frame.
Yeah.
No queen, but there's a lot of pollen.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's a little bit of brood too.
Is that a bee right there?
Smash bee, yep, there's smash bee. Here we got Flynn today, he's helping us. I need to do this. This keeps the 2 hives separate.
Oh yeah, smart.
So they're on fight.
Okay, right here, look at here. Green dot queen.
Yep.
She's right there. She's right in the middle. She looks great.
It's always exciting to see the queen, but not required for the inspection.
So we know we have the queen. We know we see open and closed brood. I'm gonna come over the hive. There's some brood on this side. Where's the queen? Oh, thank you, Mike. Okay, yeah, I wanna make sure she goes in the box. So the queen is in the box. That is the most important thing for us. So then, now the queen's over there. So there's some fresh nectar. We're not feeding anymore, so this is all nectar coming in from the trees. We had a 25-degree night a couple days ago. Kind of slowed things down. Oh, look at all the dead bees in the bottom here. And that's honey. Okay, so we're going to, there's honey there and honey there. That's quite a bit of honey.
Yeah.
Do it this way. All right, so here we go. So there's the bees. So the queen's in the box. So now we have an opening in the back right here. It's closed down below. These bees, when they return to the hive, they're gonna come into this hive. So in a couple days, we'll actually plug this off too, once we do the opening on the other side. So this is why, is all the, see this propolis right here in this groove?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to cut it free. So there's the honey, grab 1 green frame. So we're setting this box up now for the configuration that we want. All right, here's our drone frame, probably last year's. There's the honey frame next. And then here are some nice brood frames. Ready to go. Okay, so now comes the fun part. I cut this one, I'm hoping it goes easier. We'll see.
Hopefully.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get this guy up. Ready? All right, came up, starting with. Oh, this one's okay. I cut it. Big difference. Okay, looking for the queen. No queen. So now we're just gonna do a quick check and see. Come over on the side, Flynn. There you go. We're gonna see, make sure the queen's in here, which I'm sure she is.
This hive will definitely need some additional cap brood from some stronger hives.
Nice sheet of pollen there. See that? That's all nectar, fresh nectar. These bees are on the brood really nice. So there's brood. There's a green dot queen.
Recently upgraded to an Action 5 Pro camera and trying to figure it out.
Right there. I'll come to you, Flynn. You see it? Now she's a little smaller. You see her? She's not as big as the other one, but it don't matter.
Yeah. She'll still do the same thing.
Yep, that's exactly right. Sometimes they're just a little bit smaller. So there's really only 1 frame of brood. And honey and pollen. So yeah, these guys, she needs to start laying a little more. So, cool, thank you. So here's the inner cover. This is a removable bottom board. I did them on all of them. I just want to show you all of the debris that falls through the screen and lays on the board. And if you don't clean this off, you'll end up having wax moths and hive beetles thriving down inside this. So because the bees can't get to this, it's your job to clean this off, or the wax moths and the hive beetles will crawl right back up and get in the hive. And it is a mess. So you always have to be thoughtful. We'll pull these off when it starts warming up because we want the airflow. But for now, it's something to be thoughtful of. All that debris has got to go.
Still watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Please pound the like and subscribe.